This is The Scoop for Thursday.
I'm Lisa Marzilli with the WMNF News headlines. A large wildfire burning in the western Everglades prompted officials to close a stretch of I-75 known as Alligator Alley. According to the Florida Highway Patrol, around 9:30 last night, troopers were in the process of shutting down the interstate from exit 80 in Collier County to exit 23 in Broward County. As of yesterday, the wildfire had consumed over 25,000 acres and remained 0% contained. The state is currently facing one of the worst droughts in 25 years. So far, the fire near Alligator Alley has been the largest, though meteorologists say many more are likely. Flights to Mexico have resumed after the death of a Mexican cartel leader caused a surge of violence throughout the country. WMNF's Chris Young reports a Tampa nonprofit was working to help Americans evacuate.
Gray Bull Rescue Operations is a veteran-owned nonprofit offering evacuation for Americans in high-risk areas. The nonprofit is picking up Americans from Mexico in what they call a rapid response evacuation mission. Brian Stern, founder of Gray Bull Rescue Operations, says the need for their rescue missions has decreased significantly, but
that said, we still have a number of open cases, and we're going to close those out because those few cases are not in the urban areas. Those are mostly people visiting family, and those families are from, the middle of nowhere, Mexico, which is exactly where the cartels are, and that's where all the fighting is at this time.
On Tuesday, the U.S. Embassy and consulates in Mexico lifted a shelter-in-place order for Americans in Mexico. U.S. airlines have also resumed flights to Mexico. Chris Young, WMNF News.
4 proposals are under consideration to redistrict Hillsborough County. WMNF's Leah Burdick reports some community leaders worry the changes could dilute black voting power.
The changes would impact over 14,000 registered voters in the 9 precincts under the proposals. Of those, Precinct 207 has a majority of black voters, and Precinct 342 and 345 have a majority of Hispanic voters. Shifting Precinct 207 from District 5 to District 6, like Alternative 4 suggests, raises concerns about reduced representation of black voters. Michael Randolph with the West Tampa Community Development Corporation says residents should support Alternative 2, which he says best protects the community.
First, only one precinct is moved. No disruption in West Tampa or East Tampa black community. No churches split, and it's highly supported with 440 people versus the other areas.
He says Alternative 2 would make no changes to District 4 or West Tampa's black and Latino communities. District 5 would gain the Temple Terrace precinct, and District 7 would lose 1 precinct to District 5.
And this to show what our position is related to making sure that we preserve the black vote here in West Tampa.
A public hearing is scheduled for March 9th, and Randolph is encouraging residents to attend and speak out. The redistricting comes as President Trump demands Republican-led states to redraw congressional maps ahead of midterms. For WMNF News, I'm Leah Burdick.
Hillsborough County is conducting its annual point-in-time homeless count. Spectrum News reports the count began at midnight at shelters throughout the county. Later in the morning, volunteers fan out to canvass Hillsborough County's 1,200 square miles from 8 deployment sites. Data shows the homeless population in Hillsborough County has gradually declined over the past 3 years, dropping from more than 2,000 individuals to fewer than 1,800. The count is required by law, and the results can impact future funding and grants from HUD. A youth homeless count will be conducted on March 4th. It's going to be partly sunny today with highs in the mid-70s. Overnight lows will be in the low 60s. Partly cloudy on Friday with a high of 80 and a 40% chance for some much-needed rain. I'm Lisa Marzilli with the WMNF News headlines.
This is The Scoop, recorded at WMNF Tampa.